Welcome back to the wonderful world of Waikato Sheds, guys. This is Glenn from the sales and design team. We're here in the balmy Mercer, North Waikato. We've got a recently completed habitable dwelling here that we supplied the Kitset for these clients. They came to us from watching us online, and then we met up at the field days to confirm their concept design, and that's where it all started really. But before we get into all the details and specs and dimensions and things, I'm going to introduce Lane from Smith & Sons, Franklin. He worked with the client and his crew built this home. We supplied the kit set. So good morning. Welcome, Lane.
How are we?
Cheers, mate. Good,
No
good,
worries.
good. Awesome.
We've known the clients for a wee while through the area because we're from around here as well.
Right.
They sort of came to us with the idea of building a house. At that point, it wasn't going to be steel. We were looking at timber options, but they'd already been to a drafty, their own sort of drafty, and gone there and had a design done up, and we were just sort of mucking around with costings and all that kind of stuff. Priced up the timber. The timber actually worked out slightly dearer, which sort of really surprised me, because personally, and a lot of the guys, because we're mainly doing the renovations and stuff and a lot of high-end new builds, but it sort of excited us to do a different sort of concept. So the steel sort of popped up that way, and it's actually been pretty good.
We supply kit sets all over New Zealand. We've got building partners all over. As Lane said, the client approached them, then they came to us. They came with a concept design. Our designer then took that concept and developed it into full working drawings. We managed the consent process, and on this occasion we supplied the kit set for Smith & Sons to construct, and it looks fantastic.
It's come up real cool, eh? It's come up real cool. So with the sort of the different kind of claddings that we've used.
Sort of, talk us through this. What is this?
So this is a Bodo. We've used this on quite a few jobs. It's just it just all comes together, and you can choose your different colours. You go dark colours, you can go for a straw colour, which is what we've done here.
Right.
It's done a cavity system.
Oh, okay.
Which was a bit different for the steel because we had to go for a 40mm cavity, which was a bit unusual, but it just makes it stand out. It really sort of pops. So we've done this on this side and then on the other elevation as well. Yeah,
it's nice, eh? It just breaks it up, just sort of complements the long run T-rib cladding here. I suppose there's just a little bit of extra thought and detail into the flashings and where they junction.
It looks really appealing. As soon as you're sort of coming up the road and looking at it, it just makes it different to your normal sort of shed. Yeah.
So how'd you find working with access steel framing?
The whole process has been pretty cool. The boys, and another sort of shock to me was actually they didn't mind it.
Oh, right.
Normally they're working with the timber. There wasn't any whinging or anything from the guys.
Well, traditionally, like you said, renovations and alterations, you'd be typically 99% of the time working with timber, right?
Yeah.
All traditional homes in New Zealand have been built out of timber, let's face it.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear that. It sounds like they're converted.
Well, I'd probably say they probably are. So the frames went up pretty much quicker than what timber would.
Okay.
Then the straightening and stuff was a lot simpler.
But it is lightweight, so that's interesting. You say quicker to get all stood and connected, and that it is very light, not wet either. You don't have to worry about any drying out process.
No. So that's another thing, especially with that time of year when we were getting up to lining the walls and everything. You need everything dry.
Yep.
So that was an unusual sort of aspect to it as well. So it worked out real well.
If it goes up faster, as you know, in construction, time's money.
Yeah,
it's always
and
important,
I think that's probably the thing from the boys. They sort of planned ahead, like as if, with the timber mindset.
Yeah.
But things move quicker, so then you're having to bring the schedule sort of...
That's good.
Yeah, more back in line to work.
Building program is a little bit more efficient, and I suppose the end result is the clients get in there sooner too, which is always good.
Yeah. And walking through there, you wouldn't know it's a steel home at all.
Awesome.
Like it's still got the feel. Insulation's all crazy hyped up with the R values and stuff. So it's come up real cool. It is
cool. There's some beautiful features in there, and I know that we've had some other videos. Mark the builder has been here on site and featured a few recent videos, namely the nice beautiful raked ceiling in the living and dining area. This end of this habitable is, the habitable part. So it was huge. It's a huge space and footprint, at least 4 bedrooms, multiple living. I know that the living part was just shy of pretty much 200 square metres.
Yep.
The garaging's 105, so it's a big footprint. Yeah, so this kit set, as I said, we supplied this to Lane and his crew at Smith & Sons. Something out of the ordinary? You don't normally work with kit sets being delivered?
Not normally. Normally because we would take it through the whole process, supply, do everything. But in this case, being that we were looking at the timber option and then Waikato Shed sort of came into it, it was going to be that I think you guys had a contractor that were going to lock it up, or you guys were going to lock it up, and then we were going to take over the inside. And then the opportunity came up to, or do we want to do the whole thing? So that we've done the slab, we've done the whole lot all the way through. So you guys have supplied obviously the shell and all the framing and stuff. But it's definitely unusual, but I wouldn't shy away from it either, because it was actually quite, well, it sort of makes building a little bit easier too, with the fact that, well, you guys are just going to drop everything off, and then we've got to put it all together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then having Mark coming in too, it's been pretpretty awesome too. It's
He's
kind of
good
given
support, eh?
Yeah, it's been real cool.
And the guys in the office, Quinton and Shane from our project management side of thing, or operations, they're always there to support.
Yep.
Our multitude of kit sets that we fly around the country or deliver. Any highlights for you? I mean, the rake seating was awesome. It's a big footprint, as we said, tons of space for a family to grow in and enjoy.
Highlights for me is I live on this road.
Yeah.
So every day I'm coming through here and seeing the stages of just like any building, but with renovations and stuff, it's a lot slower and you don't see, and there's a lot more sort of thought, sort of, the detail and stuff. But then coming through here and just seeing the stage of how things are going up, and getting people from around the area saying the same sort of stuff,
Getting
they
lots of
can't
feedback.
believe how,
Cool.
they can't believe how
we
quick
made
it's
a bit of a
going up.
noise in here, eh? That's good.
That's what we want to do.
All right, so we've moved around the front, pretty dominant front here. This is the garaging or the shed. And as I talked about earlier, the clients were very specific. We've got that centre door at 3.6 high, side doors of 2.7 high. They're all 3.2 wide. Quite a big shed, 12 metres across the front here, 8.7 deep. So yeah, as I said, it's about 104, 105 square metres, I think, was the square metres of it. But it's quite unique, isn't it, Lane?
We don't really see it much, but I mean, as soon as you come down the driveway, there's that shed right there greeting you. But the fact is, you can open your door, drive your vehicle in, and then you're out straight into your house. So it's an internal garage, but it's a shed at the same time. So it's obviously a hell of a lot bigger. But as soon as you sort of get in there and then walk down to the living area and all that kind of stuff with the massive ceiling,
with the big rake ceiling,
the client didn't skimp on the fittings either. Like, everything just looks top notch. So
awesome. Yeah, it's pretty inviting when you get in there and it opens up into that raked.
You can generally get a feel as soon as you walk through the front door, just with it's almost like with the double glazing and all that kind of stuff, everything's just quiet and just feels warmth. So,
nice. Well, as you know, with H1 and all the insulation standards, they're pretty over the top these days, no matter where you build in New Zealand. The ultimate shed with internal access.
Yeah, I wouldn't hesitate to have it as my place.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
But
that.
I obviously need more shed too.
Yeah.
So,
I could find a way to fill the shed, don't you worry?
Absolutely.
It'd be awesome. Oh, well, hey, look, it's been fantastic having you here as part of our video. Smith & Sons, Lane and his crew did this for Noble Sheds, and we really enjoyed it. And thanks very much. And look, reach out, check us out on our websites. Thanks heaps, Lane.
Cool.
Cheers,
appreciate
mate.
it. Thank you very much. Cheers.
So, hey, it's been awesome being here today in Mercer, featuring this fantastic habitable. So, as I mentioned, we can do these kit sets and supply them all over New Zealand. This was just on 300 square metres. If we want to talk, how much was that? So that was approximately 250,000, the kit set. That's including GST delivered. What's in a kit set, you're asking? Well, it's all the roller doors or sectional doors and all the cladding, the T-rib. This has long run corrugate on the roof, so you could mix and match that. We do encourage long run corrugate actually even on the walls, the cladding, because it has its natural cavity, and then you don't need a cavity batten, but that's getting into a bit more detail. So yeah, so this was around 250,000, including just delivered. All the joinery, all the low E double glazed joinery, all the cladding, the roofing, the bones, all the internal steel framing, the steel stud framing from Access, proudly New Zealand made steel framing. We supply all that, and that includes all the steel framing for the trusses that set up that roof and that raked ceiling, those rafters. So that's all comes together and we deliver that to site. As I touched on, with the advantages of Access steel stud framing, proudly New Zealand made, as I mentioned. It's strong, it's very precise, very accurate and straight. So there's no that speeds up the construction for the builders, more efficient, preservative free, there's no chemicals like timber. And as I say, because it's all prefabricated and straight and dimension true and precise, there's no wastage on site. So it's a must. If you want to have a beautiful home with steel stud framing from Access and a wonderful kit set, or we could build to a lock-up stage, reach out. Noble Sheds, Waikato Sheds, And as I say, I'm Glenn from the design and sales team. Just reach out, give us a call, look us up online, YouTube, Facebook, all the socials, or give us a call. Come to our wonderful Eureka Show Shed, and I'd love to help and give you a great shed done right.